Another Ron Paul video. Yeah, I just thought I'd do another one. I got a couple other response videos, and I'll try to hit some of the points they raised. A couple of the points were just idiotic. Like, for example, one guy said Ron Paul opposes federal funding of abortions. We don't federally fund abortions. We haven't done it for decades, and just a stupid remark to make. Now he does this. I'll get onto the abortion subject later, but I've gotten a record today, 856 spam emails. So thank you very much, Ron Paul supporters, demonstrating your devotion to high ethical conduct. It's just amazing. So let me just say, the more spam mail I get, the more videos I will make. How's that for an agreement? Okay, so keep the spam coming and I'll keep the videos coming. All right, so let's, a couple of people made the accusation that Ron Paul's website does have more information on it, and it does. It has two ludicrous links. One of them says learn, and the other one says issues. Now, obviously, the obvious sensible thing to do is hit the issues link, right? I mean, it's about the issues, right? And from the issues links, you can't get back to the learning links, which is kind of stupid. Why not have at the end of the issue another link that says, if you want more information, here, learn more. They can even say learn in bold letters or something. Anyway, so the learning links are just, transcripts from his statements, public statements, stuff he said on the floor of the Congress. And they've basically been incorporated into the issue statements, just, good phrases and sentences and paragraphs. And it's the same completely undetailed mush. I've read about half of them now, and what a crock of shit. Just this endless, droning on and on about, his big issues, which are taxes, property, and the right to life. So I'll again say to, Captain Awesome and the rest of these people that support Ron Paul, why don't you point out to me exactly the incredible differences between the publicly stated policy initiatives of Pat Robertson, the insane religious kook that ran for president, and Ron Paul. Why don't you point out exactly the difference? And all you fucking atheists who are subscribed to this Captain Awesome, these 7,000 of you, you fucking atheists, why don't you do that? Why don't you point out exactly what Pat Robertson would do any differently from fucking Ron Paul? Okay? You're a disgrace. You are just a fucking disgrace. I mean, it'd be a laughing stock if Captain Awesome was saying, I'm going to vote for Pat Robertson. Everybody'd be like, what the fuck? But it's the same goddamn thing. You're voting for exactly the same fucking policy. Nowhere on Ron Paul's website does it talk about the legalization of drugs. Nowhere does it say cigarette smokers have a right not to be taxed out of their rights. Nowhere does it say heroin addicts have a right to do heroin. Nowhere. Nowhere. It's bullshit. This guy doesn't support freedom. He supports state fucking rights. And if you know anything about anything, you know that state governments aren't any fucking better than the fucking federal government. And the more local you get, the even worse they get. In my goddamn local town, there's 2 seats open this election. There's 2 people running. That's it. There is no fucking election. The Soviet Union, you could at least say no. I can't even say fucking no. So, this is just such bullshit. But anyway, let's go through it. You fuckers, you morons, you fucking idiots. Let's explain who this guy is. All right, so child care was one of the things I read. Okay, he wants to give a child tax credits. So why? Why should people get child tax credits? Why should people who don't have children pay taxes and people who have children get credits? What sense does that make? Aren't you encouraging people to have kids then? Aren't you just subsidizing that behavior? Well, I guess that's what he fucking wants, because that's a Christian initiative. All right? Goddamn bastards. So yeah, he's against HMOs. Well, guess what? That's a Republican contrivance. That's something they built. All right, a lot of people are against HMOs, but what's your fucking alternative? Nothing. You have no alternative. You want to eliminate the federal law that encourages, through a subsidy, corporations to provide the option of health insurance in a mass pool. You want to abolish that. Damn it, phone. Hey, sorry about the interruption. So anyway, healthcare. Anyway, he has all this rhetoric about healthcare. You know, yeah, we need you know, access to snake oil and whatnot. You know, I mean, that whole I don't even understand what he's talking about. Supplements. I mean, he's concerned that somehow people don't have access to supplement information. The web is covered with that crap. You want to know something about glucosamine, you can look up all you want. The fact is, there aren't any good studies, so why should the government say, yes, it's valid to say that it cures something when there's no study demonstrating it cures anything? But he thinks that fixes the problem. So you allow these guys to lie, and as long as they have a disclaimer, that's his line, a disclaimer. And we've seen the disclaimers, haven't you? Have you ever seen those TV commercials? They run the commercial, and then they have 500 lines of text on the screen. No way anybody on earth could ever read it, and that's the disclaimer. It's just bullshit. I mean, I don't know what his racket is there. I don't know whether he owns some of these supplement companies or what he's into, but that's just flat out bizarre. Supplements are not the problem with the healthcare system. The problem with the healthcare system is it's gotten damn expensive, okay? All these big fucking MRI machines, all the rest, it all costs fucking goddamn money. These cancer treatments, the rest of it, it's expensive. We all know, and the drug companies are evil, but the truth is, you got to invest some goddamn money to make these damn drugs. And so they got to try to make their money back. They're corporations. They're greedy motherfucking corporations. And that's his idea, to make greedy corporations in charge of medicine, okay? I mean, the scientists aren't working for the science. They're working for the goddamn money. The scientists aren't really doing that. I mean, obviously, the pig rich men are owning the scientists, and you know, and that's the difference. But whatever, you know, he has no solution for healthcare. Nothing. He's not proposing anything that means anything. Not a damn thing. All right. So yeah, then he brings up something as stupid as property taxes, and this whole lament about the poor, you know, senior citizens and reassessments. And so he wants to basically do the California thing where you never reassess a house until it's sold again. So people pay the same property tax until they move, which is just ludicrous, okay? Because yeah, town grows, you know, the tax base grows, people, you know, they provides more services, whatever. You can't let people get away with that. It's just silly. The idea is to quit funding schools through taxing of roofs over people's heads. It's not look, property taxes, it simply isn't a legitimate way to fund schools. Public education shouldn't be funded by taxing people's houses. So right there, we ought to just get rid of that nonsense in the first place. And so the local taxes should have to do with local services that are provided to all the people, not just the people with goddamn fucking kids. So anyway, so yeah, but there's no federal solution. What's his federal solution? He has none. No, his federal solution is let people deduct their property, their local taxes from their federal taxes. Like that accomplishes something? That accomplishes nothing. It just moves the tax burden someplace fucking else, and somebody else has to pay the fucking goddamn bill. You know, bullshit. And so, you know, he says Congress must do something to address spiraling property taxes. But that's all he says. Congress must do something. He doesn't say what Congress should fucking goddamn do, and he's a fucking congressman. All right? What Congress should do is fucking federalize public education and take all and fucking can the whole entire teachers union. Fuck them. All right? Put the goddamn education on the goddamn cable television. Put it on the goddamn, on the internet, and pay kids to learn. We can pay 1/4 of what we're paying now, and kids will be twice as smart. All right, again, so he goes on and on about tax cuts. Tax cuts don't cost the government, don't do the, you know what he doesn't do? He talks about tax cuts, and then he talks about cutting spending. And he has it exactly backwards, doesn't he? Don't you have to fucking cut the spending first? So before you talk about cutting taxes, cut the fucking spending first, you coward. Come up with your goddamn list of the spending you're going to cut to justify your tax cuts, okay? Have the balls to do that. Don't cut taxes without having the spending to pay for it. Cut the spending first. You fucking hypocrite. Okay, and then, yeah, the tax on Social Security benefits. He thought that was an outrage, you know, and it was a way to save money for the Social Security system. But the idea is look, you know, if you're poor, you don't get the tax, and all it is tax as it just increases your income level. Obviously, if you're making $40 or $50 or $60,000 a year over your Social Security income, you know, why shouldn't your Social Security be part of your total income? It's no reason why it shouldn't be.